Hey everyone, welcome to Unicorn Dust Designs. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different. I am teaming up with Debbie and a bunch of other DIY paint realtors, stockists, and we are going to be showing you the brand new spring sampler set. This is available on many stockists websites, so go check it out. I am going to show you guys the colors, and then I am going to show you all of the DIYs that we can make with the colors included. And y'all, there's a secret inside of here that you're not going to get from anyone else unless it's in the sampler box. So I can't wait to show you that. Let's get to looking. Are you guys ready? Oh my gosh. Okay. These are the colors that come in this sampler box. And I'm going to show you first. I'm going to show you first what is in here. It is this beautiful, I don't know if you guys can see it. Do you see that pearl color? Yes, you guys. So this is what you would use kind of like golden ticket or pennies from heaven. It is a liquid patina and it is going to give you, hold on, because I even painted a couple of things with it. So look it gives you this beautiful ear, see that? And then it just gives you that shimmer. Of course, you could apply multiple coats, but it is so good, y'all. And you can only get it in the sampler box. So that in itself, okay? Then we have Electrified. Who doesn't need this color for spring? And it mixes so great with other colors. We have Pedal Pusher. I can't wait to show you what I did with Pedal Pusher. And I'm painting like, whoo. And of course, we have to have Farm Fresh for spring because Farm Fresh is probably one of the most used colors. Queen Bee, which is my favorite, and I probably use the most of it in this video. We have Vintage Linen, and if you guys have been with me for a while, you know Vintage Linen is my favorite white of all the whites that we have. And then we have Kissing Booth. I feel like this color is so underrated, and I can't wait to show you guys what I did with this one. And then you guys get a clear wax. And y'all, this is going to last you forever. Now, we were challenged to show you guys either some Cottagecore DIYs or some Dopamine DIYs, which is like bright, bold, maximalist, you know, like Debbie. And I chose to do Cottagecore. But the twist was we had to at least try one of the other ones. So most of them are Cottagecore and one of them is going to be a Dopamine DIY. So let's go ahead and see what I was able to accomplish with these. And y'all, I did, I think 4 DIYs and I have tons of paint left over, tons of paint, tons of wax. So these are going to last you for a while. So again, if you guys want this, head to one of your favorite stockists and order this now because they are not going to last long. All right, let's go ahead and get into the DIYs. Start our first project off with this wood tray, and I am going to spritz my wood and I am going to use Farm Fresh. This is going to kind of give it like a light stained look instead of a full coverage look. I'm going to go ahead and paint the outside, the inside of the frame, and then the top of the frame as well. Now, while that is drying, I am going to take some painter's tape and I am going to I'm going to tape off that inside frame. That way, when we go to paint our panels, we're not getting anything on that Farm Fresh around there. After I'm done doing that, we're going to paint each panel a different color. So I am going to start with Farm Fresh, and I am not looking for a saturated coat. I am looking kind of for a rustic approach here. And then we're going to use Vintage Linen, which is my absolute favorite white. We're going to use Queen Bee, and this is my favorite out of the 2 yellows as well. I call it my 70s yellow. And then Pedal Pusher, which is so underrated, you guys. This color is fire, and y'all need to give it a chance because it is absolutely beautiful. Now, once all that is dried, I am going to take some IOD paint inlays. I already pre-cut them down to size, and now we are going to apply them. I can't talk, y'all. Okay, so this is my method for doing paint inlays, but you do you. I am going to take my DIY's liquid patina and I am going to do a healthy coat. I'm not like, I ain't trying to pour it on. It's a healthy coat. Then I'm going to take my mister bottle. I'm going to spritz that liquid patina and then I'm going to spritz my paint inlay. I'm going to lay that on. And then I'm not going to make you watch me do the other 3 panels. We're going to do the same thing for the other 3 panels. Now, once I got all of them on there, I'm going to spritz them again. And then I'm going to get my paper towel and I'm going to push those paint inlays into that liquid patina. That way I know that those 2 are merging together. Once it's dry, and you'll know it's dry because the paper turns white, you're going to spritz it again. This is going to reactivate that paint inlay, and then you watch the magic happen as you pull each panel up. And at first, you guys, I didn't know if these colors were going to go. I was just having a little faith in the crafting process. And surprisingly, these turned out so good. And I think the colors look so very whimsical. So you'll have to let me know your thoughts. Now, I let this dry throughout the day, and then I decided to take my liquid patina and clear it. I didn't do the DIY clear wax because I figured maybe cups are going to be on here, so I wanted it to be a little bit more durable. So that is why I chose the DIY's liquid patina, and I'm going to coat the entire tray in this. And once it is all dry, y'all, look at how good all of these colors are together. They are stunning. I love how this came out. It is so cottagecore, whimsical, shabby chic. This could fit with so many different home decor styles. I love this one. Now, you guys, this is my favorite one. Okay, my daughter and I decided we were going to make you guys a little surprise. And what is more cottagecore and whimsical than flowers? So we are taking Doss air dry clay. You're going to roll it out, and then we are taking just any cup of size. It depends on what size you're going to want this. You're going to take it out, and then you're going to smooth those edges down. Next, I'm going to take this one's actually a tablecloth, and I learned as I go. At first, I used the rolling pin to imprint, but then I realized as I was doing it, it was moving the tablecloth and it was also flattening the clay. So we're going to try a different style later. But the next step is we're going to take a plastic straw and we're going to put holes in our clay. Do you guys know what we're making yet? Do you? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good. Okay, so you're going to do as many holes as you want or that can fit in here. And then you are going to set this aside. I have a tray on the side with parchment paper so that it's ready to bake. This next one, and I apologize you guys for the view. I am not used to filming this way. I usually film overhead, but I already got my round piece out. Now we are going to take some water and create a ruffle effect. So all I'm doing is getting water on my finger, and you can't see any of this, but I'm still going to try and talk you through it. And I'm just taking my finger underneath the clay and then just kind of going back and forth with my finger. Such a bad. I'll have to redo the ruffle one for you guys where we have a better view. But I'm twisting my finger back and forth. That's what I was trying to say. You guys picking up what I'm putting down here? All right. And then you are going to, of course, put your holes in the middle of this clay piece. Or do we know where we're going yet with this? Do we know? It was in the thumbnail. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. And then this is where, as I was learning, you guys, so I made this one thicker. And then I decided to take the doily, get the pan, and press directly on top of it. This way my doily stayed put and I wasn't really moving or flattening the clay like I did with the rolling pin. So this ended up being the best process if you guys wanted to try it this way. So after I'm done, of course, I needed to poke my holes. And then this was my favorite one. I did the doily, but I did the ruffle effect on it. And then next we are going to set the oven for 275 and we bake these for 30 minutes. After I'm done, Everly and I got to have so much fun painting it. We used every color in here. I painted my ruffled doily one with Queen Bee, which looks so good, you guys, when you see the reveal photo. Everly is making a cake flower frog. We're making flower frogs, you guys, and she made a beautiful lotus flower frog as well. This next one, I took Kissing Booth and I mixed it with some water. And I am going to coat the entire piece with the watered down Kissing Booth. And what this is going to do is it's going to settle into all of the areas that I pushed that doily into. And then I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to blot the paper towel on top. That way it takes that like top layer off and then the darker paint is going to sit in all of those beautiful little crevices. Now for our other one, Everly had an idea. She's like, Mom, let's do an ombre one. And I was like, how am I going to do that? So what I did was I took vintage linen, mixed it with water. I put it in the middle. Now I'm taking Farm Fresh, mixing it with some water, almost making it like a watercolor. And then I'm putting that around the white. After I'm done with that color, I take Petal Pusher and I'm going to mix that with some water. And the water helped these kind of blend in and merge together and it ended up looking really pretty. So I am glad that Everly challenged me with an ombre look. After they're dry, you guys, we're going to take them out. We're going to take the Krylon Triple Thick Crystal Glaze. And you're going, I sprayed these at least 3 times on the top and the bottom so that we protect them against the water from the flowers and whatever cup you're going to put them into. And look at how these turned out, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't with these. I have been seeing these all over the place and I am a flower frog collector myself. I have shelves and shelves of them. And now to make my own with my daughter was very special and very fun. And they are in our kitchen window right now in the sunshine looking so beautiful. And I cannot wait to make more of these, you guys. And the colors held up so well to being watered down, to being sprayed with Krylon. It was fantastic. Now, this next one, I'm going to take some of these IOD molds and I am going to coat it with vintage linen. Vintage linen is my absolute favorite white color of DIY. The coverage is so great on all of these paints, you guys. Them being a clay-based paint, they just have this richness to them. And I like the longevity of the paint. Like they last so long because you get so much coverage out of them. And that is why I will always stick with my DIY paints. So I'm not going to show you the whole process because it was a long one, but I'm going to use Petal Pushers for the flowers. I'm going to use some Kissing Booth. You can see I incorporated the Queen Bee in here as well. And then I am going to use Electrified for all of the leaves. Now I wanted to keep the background of this, that vintage linen color, because when we put it down on the cardstock, I wanted the flowers to pop. I want that to be like the centerpiece of what we're doing. But these projects, you guys, are so fun to do. Like put on a movie, hang out with your girlfriends, hang out with your family. And I'm like, fam, my 4 kids, oh my gosh, there's no way I could do this with my 4 kids around, but it would be fun. After I was done painting the florals, I took some of this gold and we are going to paint the frames on the outside and the inside. But y'all, when you have ratchet paintbrushes, you guys, oh my gosh, the little bristles were sticking up this way, that way, this way. And I was like, stop it, you're going to ruin it. Okay. I'm going to set those aside to dry. I'm going to take these 2 wood frames. They are so beautiful, but unfortunately they didn't sell, and that is why we're upcycling them now. I sprayed them with shellac, and I am going to now coat them with whatchamacallit, a candle. And this is how I usually like distressing my pieces. However, this did not work this time. So we end up going in with the sander later. But I am going to take Queen Bee. I was like, I'm going to go bold with this right now. I was trying to look at the flowers. I was like, do I use petal pusher? Do I use kissing booth? And I was like, nope, I'm going bold. So I did 2 coats of Queen Bee. Then I'm going to take the cardboard that was already in the frame. I'm going to hot glue this cardstock. So you can see like the cardstock was kind of like this bright creamy white color, and you'll see it just goes so well. So I'm going to hot glue that in, and then we're going to take our molds that we painted, and I am going to wax them before I put them on. We need to seal all of this, and y'all, our DIY waxes are so buttery smooth. They're like the best out there. And again, our products last so long because the coverage is so good. So I'm going to take that wax and I'm going to brush it on my molds, and then I am going to also clear my frames with that. Sorry, y'all. And we are going to just apply those molds with some hot glue. We're going to find our center right there. And the frames are still wet from the wax. So these actually dry down like, oh my gosh, you guys, so good. I have to give myself a pat on the back. And I think all of you guys do too, because sometimes I feel like we don't give ourselves enough credit. And I love the way that these turned out. These were the most perfect spring colors. Look at these. Look at these together. Are those not beautiful colors all together? I'm obsessed with these. Absolutely obsessed. It's like little mini arts. All right. Now, one of the challenges, you guys. So we were challenged to do Cottagecore or Dopamine. I chose to do a Cottagecore look, and we were given a challenge. We had to do 1 token item, and that was the Dopamine. So Dopamine is basically vibrant and loud and bright colors and everything that Debbie is, everything exciting. So I am going out there. I mix Kissing Booth with Love Language, which is our painterly line. I wanted to get a brighter pink. I'm going to coat this entire frame, and I ended up doing 2 coats just because I wanted this very loud, very, very loud. And after that was dry, I am going to take Electrified. And I know y'all are looking at this and you're like, what is going on? Just stay with me, okay? Just stay with me. It ends up being fire, okay? So I am dry brushing the Electrified on here all over those raised surfaces. I don't want to saturate, just dry brush, just hitting all of those little top notches. Now, once that's dry, we're going to take that beautiful opaline color that we got, the color that you can only get in this box. And I dry brushed, and then I kind of went a little heavy, and then I dry brushed again. And this just gave it like this beautiful glistening look to it. However, it did dull down my Electrified. So I went back over with that color just to bring that vibrancy back. And next, you guys, the photo. Oh my gosh. I found this Marie Antoinette photo and she was wearing this pink dress. And I was like, can we say perfection? She needs to go in here. So I am going to cut her out. I'm going to take this piece of cardstock and we're going to take an IOD transfer and I am going to push down as I lift up on that carrier sheet. And y'all, IOD transfers will stick to essentially anything. And paper, I mean, so easy. So I am going to complete the rest of that. Then we're going to take our Marie Antoinette. Now, usually I don't use a glue stick like this. However, at first I thought I was going to decoupage her. So I printed her on rice paper, but then I was like, my paper is going to ripple if I do that. So this is what I decided to go with. So I'm going to stick her right in the middle of that wreath. I added a little butterfly on the top right. Then I had these quote stickers. And y'all, when you see this quote at the end, oh my goodness, it's like so Marie Antoinette. So I peeled that little sticker off. I'm going to put it right near her face. And then our last step is to clear our frame. So I'm going to use my DIY clear wax and I'm going to coat that. And look at how good this turned out, you guys. It says, "We are our choices." I thought that was so perfect. So you guys make sure to check out the playlist down in the description box to see what everybody else did with the spring kits. And I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it inspired you because this kit absolutely inspired me. So check the playlist link.